Hi, this is Brian with Pause 13. We live in a very divided country. People on both sides of the political spectrum fight. There's a lot of passion out there on all sides of every issue. And because of that, there's a lot of anger. You see it on the streets. You see it amongst politicians. You see it in neighborhoods. So let me just talk about that. How can we love somebody that looks at the world so different than we do? Well, one thing we can do is to have an appreciation for the fact that every human being suffers. We don't really fully appreciate why people behave the way they do. Did something really bad happen? I think if we fully understood and we could really see the full story of every individual, we would have a lot more empathy. We would understand. We may not necessarily agree with their position and so forth, but we could still love them, right? You know, when Jesus came to this earth, it says in the Bible, he was a man of sorrow. He suffered. People spit on him. He was put on the cross. Some people loved him, but when he didn't do what they were hoping he'd do, they turned on him. You know, it's interesting. Jesus loved hanging out with the rougher crowd. And it says in the Bible, he hung out with the publicans and the sinners. He would heal the blind. Whereas nobody in our society, in the society back then, would speak to a leper. Jesus would touch the leper and heal them. He had love. He loves you. He loves me. He loves Democrats. He loves Republicans. He loves liberals. He loves communists. He loves everybody. And he wants us to love, not necessarily agree. And one way that can help us is to just understand that every human being has had different pain in their life. So I was thinking about that, and several years ago, I really haven't put this song out. I wrote a song about a man who loses the love of his life, and the stone is cold, and he just wants to lay on that gravestone and be there with the person he loves. But he has to live now with death. And maybe he has a negative attitude, and maybe people are critical of him, but they just don't know the whole story. Listen to the song. I keep forgetting. Runaway Train. Enjoy.
The angels came without a sound. They plucked his love out of the dark. Yeah, he slept above her on the frozen ground. 1,000 summers couldn't warm his heart. Yeah, no was dying inside. Like a runaway train, they watched him fly on by, on a collision course, headed down the track. No, he wasn't looking back. He started drinking bitter wine. Oh, he thought that he could heal with time, but the rain kept falling from the sky. 1,000 blankets couldn't keep him dry. Yeah, no one knew he was dying inside. Like a runaway train, they watched him fly on by, on a collision course, headed down the track. No, he wasn't looking back. Some folks like to point and stare, but his broken heart was too tired to care. He played the fool and he played it well, but no one knew that he was going through hell. Yeah, no one knew he was dying inside. Like a runaway train, they watched him fly on by, on a collision course, headed down the track. No, he wasn't looking back. No, he wasn't looking back. No, he wasn't looking